Rain fell against the classroom window as Lena Moore sat alone at the back, sketching in silence, while laughter filled the room around her. Everyone at Westbridge High knew Lena, the quiet girl, the one who never spoke unless forced to, the one who wore the same old hoodie every day and kept her eyes on the floor. Some said she was strange. Others said she was dangerous. But no one actually knew her. And that ignorance would change everything. Before we dive in, don't forget to like this video, hit the subscribe button, and tell me in the comments section where you are watching from. Now let's begin. The story began like any other day. The hallway buzzed with gossip, perfume, and cruel laughter. Alyssa Green, the queen of Westbridge, leaned against her locker, scrolling through her phone. When she saw Lena walk by, her lips curved into a smirk. "Hey, zombie girl," she said, loud enough for everyone to hear. Her friends laughed as Lena kept walking, clutching her sketchbook tighter to her chest. But Alyssa wasn't done. She snatched the book right out of Lena's hands. "Let's see what kind of creepy stuff you're drawing this time." The pages flipped in her manicured fingers until they stopped. The laughter faded. The drawings were dark, almost prophetic. Students crying, teachers wearing masks, and the school burning. In every drawing, the same mysterious figure appeared, a girl with black wings standing alone in the fire. Alyssa blinked. "Okay, this is seriously messed up," she muttered, before forcing a laugh. "Maybe she's planning something." The word spread instantly. The weird art girl was dangerous. By the end of the day, Lena wasn't just the quiet girl anymore. She was the rumor. The next morning, someone had smeared red paint across Lena's locker. It spelled one word: freak. A video hit social media that afternoon. Alyssa and her friends mocking Lena's art, calling her psycho, pretending to be scared of her kill list. The video went viral. Teachers saw it. Parents saw it. And no one did anything. By Monday, Lena's desk was empty. By Tuesday, she was gone. And by Thursday, police cars were parked outside her house. Detective Harris was the one who entered first. The house was small, the air thick with silence and the smell of rain-soaked carpet. Lena's mother sat on the couch, pale, eyes red from crying. "She left her room like that," she whispered. Upstairs, the detective found the girl's room walls covered in sketches. But these weren't ordinary drawings. They were scenes from school, captured with eerie precision: students bullying others, teachers ignoring it, even principal meetings that no student should have known about. And at the center of every sketch, that same figure with wings. But one drawing stood out. On her desk, unfinished, was an image of the entire school surrounded by flames. Beneath it, written in red ink, "They'll all see the truth soon." The detective thought it might be a suicide note. But something didn't add up. Lena had planned something big. 3 days later, her art teacher, Mr. Dalton, called the police station. He said he'd just received an email from Lena. The message was short. "You were the only one who believed in me. I'm sorry for what's coming." Attached was a video. Detective Harris played it on the monitor in the dark viewing room. Static first. Then Lena appeared on screen, face half hidden in shadow. "They said I was dangerous," she whispered. Maybe they were right. But they never asked why. Her voice trembled, but her eyes were steady. They never looked at what was hidden inside those walls. Behind her was the hallway of Westbridge High, empty, silent, the faint echo of a ticking clock. The police rushed to the school that night. Rain poured over the parking lot, thunder echoing across the empty halls. They searched every classroom, every locker, every corner, until Officer Vega shouted from under the bleachers, "Found something." It was a small black box, wires visible, a faint red light blinking. They cleared the area, expecting the worst. But when the bomb squad opened the box, it wasn't a bomb. It was a flash drive. Taped to the top was a note. "Play me." At headquarters, they inserted the drive into the computer. Dozens of files appeared. Hidden camera footage, all from inside the school. Students being bullied, humiliated, beaten. Teachers turning away. Administrators laughing it off. One video showed Alyssa's group forcing a younger girl to eat lunch in the bathroom. Another showed the principal deleting complaint emails from his inbox. Every secret, every lie, all captured by Lena. And then the final video played. Lena's face again. "You wanted proof that I was dangerous," she said softly. "But the real danger was never me." The screen flickered, then showed a black background with a single message: "Friday. The truth will burn." Detective Harris froze. Friday was 2 days away. He ordered the school on lockdown. but it was already too late. The next morning, students arrived to find hundreds of posters plastered on every wall and locker. Each one had stills from the video's real faces, real names, and real crimes. The principal, the teachers, the bullies. Every act of cruelty was on display for everyone to see. The hallway fell silent. Alyssa ripped one of the posters down and gasped it was a screenshot of her own video mocking Lena. The caption beneath it read, "The mask always slips." By noon, reporters had gathered outside. Parents flooded the office. The truth was spreading faster than the lies ever had. And in the center of the main hallway, painted in thick black ink, was a massive symbol, the same black wings from Lena's sketches. Detective Harris arrived just as chaos broke out. He ran inside, yelling for officers to seal every exit. But then a student screamed. On the floor near the cafeteria was a package small, wrapped in brown paper, no return address. Written across the top in red ink, "Truth." The officers cleared the area. Harris knelt down, his gloves trembling as he unwrapped it. Inside was a single tablet, already powered on. A video began to play automatically. Static again. Then Lena's voice. "You ignored the warnings," she whispered. "Now everyone will see what Westbridge really is." The camera panned to a burning model of the school, a diorama, flames licking at its edges. The image shook as smoke filled the frame. "This isn't revenge," Lena said softly. "It's justice." The screen went black. Then one final image appeared. A live feed counter, counting down from midnight. Detective Harris looked up, heart pounding. "This isn't over," he said. "She's coming back." Outside, the rain began to fall harder. Inside, phones started ringing across the school office one by one, with the same unknown caller ID. The first teacher answered. There was silence for a moment. Then a girl's voice. Calm, clear, familiar. "Did you miss me?" The line went dead. And at that exact moment, the countdown timer on the tablet began to blink faster. 23 hours, 59 minutes, and counting. Rain slammed against the windows of Westbridge High as Detective Harris stood in the dark principal's office, eyes locked on the ticking countdown timer on the tablet. Began to blink faster. 23 hours, 59 minutes, and counting. Rain slammed against the windows of Westbridge High as Detective Harris stood in the dark principal's office, eyes locked on the ticking countdown timer on the tablet. 23 hours left. He didn't know what it was counting down to: another leak, another explosion of truth, but he knew one thing. Whatever Lena Moore had planned, it wasn't over. The school was now a crime scene, students sent home, police posted at every corner, reporters swarming outside the gates. Harris stared at the tablet again. The number kept flashing red. 23 hours, 12 minutes, and 47 seconds. Each second sounded louder than thunder. The next morning, the story was everywhere. Local student missing after exposing school corruption. Viral video reveals years of hidden abuse. The Westbridge Truth scandal. But Lena was still gone. Not a single sighting. No trace on cameras. No social media activity. Yet new files kept appearing online. Videos from the flash drive she'd left. The world was watching now. And every clip came with her symbol, the black wings. Inside the station, officers scrambled to trace the uploads. Every time they thought they found the source, it rerouted to another location. "She's either a genius," Vega muttered, "or she's not working alone." Harris didn't respond. His gut told him both were true. At 9:45 a.m., the superintendent called an emergency press conference. Cameras flashed. The principal, pale and sweating, claimed Lena's videos were fake, edited for attention. He tried to smile, but as he spoke, the monitors behind him suddenly glitched. The live broadcast flickered, static cutting through the air. And then Lena's face appeared. She stared straight into the lens, calm, composed. "You can lie all you want," she said. "But the world's already seen what you did." The crowd gasped. "You can shut down the videos. You can erase the files. But you can't erase what's coming." Then the feed cut to black. The timer reappeared, still counting down. 18 hours, 22 minutes, and 1 second. Chaos erupted. Reporters screamed questions. Officers ran toward the AV control room. But when they checked the system, there was no footage, no source, no trace. It was like the video had appeared out of thin air. That night, the school was empty except for a few patrol units and the investigation team. The halls echoed with the hum of fluorescent lights. Harris walked down the main corridor, passing the graffiti Lena had painted before she vanished, the black wings stretching across the wall like a warning. He stopped by her old locker. The red paint that once spelled freak was still faintly visible beneath layers of dust. He reached for the handle and found a small envelope taped inside. His name was written on it. He tore it open. Inside was a folded sheet of paper written in Lena's handwriting. "You're close. Check the basement." Harris frowned. The school didn't have an official basement, just an old maintenance level sealed years ago after a flood. He and Vega pried open the rusted door behind the gym, flashlights cutting through the darkness. The air was thick with mold and silence. Down there, under layers of dust and forgotten furniture, they found something that made both men stop cold. A room, hidden behind a fake wall, lined with computers, monitors, cables still humming faintly. On the screens, live feeds. The school hallways, the cafeteria, the offices, the art room, all still being recorded. Vega whispered. She had access to all this? Harris shook his head. No, someone gave it to her. In the center of the room was a metal chair and an open laptop. The screen displayed a video folder labeled Final Lesson. He clicked play. Lena appeared again, sitting in the very same chair. Her voice was soft, almost calm. "You found it. I knew you would." She looked directly into the camera. "This school built its reputation on lies. They call me crazy. They call me a threat. But I was never the only one watching. They recorded everything, every student, every teacher, every secret, and buried it here." Her eyes darkened. "You want justice? Then stop looking for me and start looking at them." The video ended. But as Harris closed the laptop, another screen flickered to life behind him, this one showing a live feed of the school entrance. Someone was there, standing in the rain, a tall figure in a dark hoodie, holding something in their hand. The man zoomed in. The camera sharpened. It was Lena. Harris and Vega bolted upstairs, guns drawn, radios crackling. They burst through the doors, but the courtyard was empty. Only the sound of rain and a faint trail of wet footprints leading toward the field. At the end of the path was a small black box wrapped in plastic. Harris picked it up carefully. Inside, another flash drive and a note. "Time's almost up." They plugged it into the nearest patrol car computer. The file played instantly, a video montage of students, teachers, and staff, all spliced together with Lena's haunting drawings. Her voice played over the images. "You thought exposing the truth would end it. But the truth is only the beginning. What happens next, they brought on themselves." The screen flickered again, then showed a new message. 59 minutes and 59 seconds. The countdown had skipped forward. Only 1 hour left. "Everyone out of the building." Harris shouted into his radio. Officers evacuated the premises surrounding the campus. The clock hit 40 minutes. The bomb squad swept the area, checking every locker, every vent, every pipe. Nothing. 30 minutes. Still nothing. 20. 10. 5. And then silence. The timer hit 0. The tablet screen went black. For a moment, it seemed over. But then, every monitor across the school, every security camera feed, every connected device flashed with the same phrase. "The truth will burn." Seconds later, a blinding burst of static erupted through the school's speaker system. The projectors in every classroom turned on by themselves. Videos began playing simultaneously, real footage of bullying, abuse, and cover-ups. Teachers yelling, students crying, administrators laughing. Every dirty secret in that school projected for the world to see. The power surged. Sparks burst from the outlets. Smoke filled the halls. Then the main server room exploded into flames. The officers rushed back inside, pulling files, dragging out anyone still trapped. The fire alarm screamed through the chaos. Through the smoke, Harris saw something scrawled on the wall in black ash. "I told you it would burn." By dawn, Westbridge High was a skeleton of charred walls and twisted metal. The entire town watched as it smoldered. But in the ruins, investigators found something strange. A cell phone, undamaged by the fire, still recording. The last thing it captured was a shadowy figure walking through the smoke, long hair, hood up, silver locket around her neck. The camera shook as she turned to face it. Lena's voice whispered, almost like she was standing right behind the lens. "It's not over yet." And then the feed cut out. Hours later, as police combed the wreckage, Vega called Harris over. "You need to see this," he said, handing him a sealed envelope recovered near the main entrance. Inside was a single sheet of paper. Harris looked up at the horizon, smoke rising behind him, rain washing over the ruins of Westbridge High. He exhaled slowly, knowing what those words meant. Lena Moore wasn't done. She was coming for the ones who built the system.